Alrighty, guys, this is Drake Hutton, and we are West Texas Bros. I hope y'all had a great week so far. We actually have a special guest today. Meet our very own Sensei Candy.
Give her a round of applause for the one time.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for having me here.
Awesome.
Yes. Sensei Candy's been doing karate for about 33 years, so she's a legend.
Well, I'm just old, but yes, for a long time. Just proves how old I am. Yes.
Dang, that's crazy.
I was 9 years old.
9 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say, like, what got you into it at that age?
Yeah, so my brother was already in karate, and he was really good at it. And I sat and I thought, I can do better than that. And so I joined too. He's already a black belt, but I caught right up, and I was better than him too. Most of the time, I didn't have any girls to fight, so I'd have to fight boys, and I'd have to fight him, and I'd beat him too. So I fell in love with it, and I fell in love with the competition team going around Texas and Oklahoma and places and competition. So it's a lot of fun.
Oh, for sure,
Yeah.
for sure.
Is there like a favorite competition that you like to go to?
Currently, I'm kind of fell in love with Oklahoma right now. They have some really good tournaments going on. They're fair. They're not sport karate. It's actually what we teach. So, yeah.
My little nephew, he does wrestling, and like Oklahoma is so competitive in wrestling. Like,
And well, I mean, they're competitive in karate too. I actually had a pretty good, competition wise. Sometimes you go to a tournament, they're like, we don't have anybody to compete against you, but yeah, Oklahoma has a lot. So
they're fighters in Oklahoma.
they are. I like it.
I was gonna ask.
I was gonna say too, like, there was another topic I wanted to talk about, like values. What does discipline mean to you beyond rules and structures?
Right. So in karate, it's really important, the discipline wise. It's easy to fight somebody. It's easy to beat somebody up. It's easy to bully somebody. But it's actually harder to keep your calm, cool, collected. You can't make decisions unless you're thinking clearly. So the discipline that karate makes you have helps every aspect of your life. We're not necessarily strict or anything like that, but just following the rules and understanding what's right and wrong, it helps every aspect of their lives.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
It looks like karate, I mean, it'd be like more of an anxious thing to, perform on somebody, but you say it's more of a calm.
It's all self-defense, and the calmer you are, the better you are at it. We say knowledge over power. I don't have to be stronger than you. I don't have to be bigger than you. I just need to know a little bit about the body and what your intentions are. Yes. So if the attacker is just a bully on the schoolyard, he just wants to look cool, I'll agree with him. You're right, I am ugly. I do look like a beaver. You're right. Good one. I like that. That's a good one. Never heard of that one,
Yeah, but from me talking to you today, it seemed like you guys do the reverse of human nature reaction.
Well, yeah, I mean, because you're expecting me to pull away. So with that expectation, you're pulling harder. So I'm going to use your force against you. So I'm going to go with you instead of against you. And that's what evens the playing field. We call it equal force, and we'll say equal force all the time. And that's kind of what we mean. We need to equal this force. You obviously grabbed me because you're bigger than me. You obviously grabbed me because you had intention.
Yes.
You obviously want something. So you're pulling me towards you. So I'm going to go towards you instead of fight you. Yeah.
I like that.
Okay.
What do you think's the hardest thing for new students and stuff?
Right. I think just anybody about karate, I don't think anybody has the right understanding about karate. You have the really good fighters, the world champion fighters, and they think that karate is useless to them. But, we're the ones who delve into every subject, into every piece of the body. And so even though when you walked in the dojo, we weren't the biggest guys in the team, we have a lot of knowledge to share, and any fighter could, benefit from that. So a student, they come in with certain expectations, and I ask them what their expectations are. It might be a 6-year-old, and he wants to be a Ninja Turtle, so I'm going to give him that Ninja Turtle experience.
Marcus,
he called you out. He called you out like that.
Side note, Drake dubbed me the Ninja Turtle. Now I forgot the next question.
I knew he was going to mention it.
Right. Yeah, or maybe they just a lot of my students get bullied or have a horrific life, and so they're here just to have fun or, gain friends or get to do stuff that they couldn't do before. And so I think everybody's understanding of karate is wrong. Until you take it, until you understand it, because it can benefit anybody for any reason. So, when you ask somebody what they think karate is, it's really each personal thought, and they are all correct. If you wanted to come to be a better fighter, you're correct. If you wanted to come to be a better person, you're correct.
Do you see a lot of artists that know multiple things just try out karate just to see that aspect?
Not as many as should. We have had people reach out, or people that have started with karate, and we help them, guide them to the right place. We have kids that are awesome boxers, and that's what they want. They want to box, and they want to feel that rush of being in the ring, and so we guide them in that direction. And we might have the students that want to go across seas and do the world championships, and we make sure they get to the right dojos. I have one student that he really didn't have a lot of confidence till he started doing karate, and he's really good at karate. And he would have been an amazing black belt, but high rank, he realized that he was really into robotics. So he went and tried out for the robotics team, but his mom said he would have never had the confidence to do that if it wasn't for karate. And now I think they're making nationals and stuff. And so he has found his black belt. His black belt is different from my black belt, and that's okay. He's already found his black belt, and that's the goal. And, I think people underestimate that. Karate is for whatever you need it to be.
Especially little kids just trying to learn their confidence and build it up.
That's why I mainly teach kids, because, we're a lot on podcast and, the reels and the Facebook and Instagram and stuff like that. So social skills aren't there like they should be, or maybe we're getting the wrong social skills that we should be getting.
Yeah.
So I think it's important for every kid to get out there and do something, even if it's not karate, sports or something. They need to have that social interaction. And, you'll be surprised how many of them don't know how to catch a ball, and how many don't know how to lose.
Do you think COVID kind of affected that a little bit?
Yeah. So Sensei Candy was created because of COVID. I would have never had the courage to go out and do my own thing. I was under an instructor that had me under his thumb, and I thought that's where I had to be if I wanted to teach karate. And then COVID hit, and I thought, well, you just closed down. You don't care about keeping the knowledge going, and they really didn't. We're closed, we can't do nothing. Well, no, we can. So we went to the parks and we did it for free, and we still continue to do karate. And that's where I reached the kids that needed me the most anyway. And that's I feel like God put me in that place. God said, yeah, okay, you're homeless. I became homeless. We lived in a shed. I didn't have any money. I taught for free. We ate at the churches, God put that for a reason, because now I'm here where I want to be, and I connect, and I have over 90 students right now in 3 cities.
Yeah. Is this a word, mentorship?
Oh, yeah, for sure. So I can't be a mentor to 95 students, so I'm creating mentors. So I don't expect to be their mentor. I expect them to be each other's mentor, and we call it a karate family. And in fact, when people have problems inside the family, we handle it like a family you're going to make up, or we can't get along, Yes. Just because I feel like that's important. We don't have a lot of that these days, and we need to be there. I've changed tires for people. I've picked kids up from school. Right now we're doing a bunch of outreach. Kids didn't have jackets. We made sure they had jackets. A lady didn't have an oven. She saw that we had an oven for a garage sale, and we got her that oven quietly. And so we're here for each other. We're a family, and family's not like it used to be. You used to be able to call on your cousins and your aunties and your uncles and go to grandma's house and eat if you're hungry. We don't have granny's house no more. So, we supply and we provide, and we become a family unit. So much more than kicking in. But kicking is so much fun. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, we'll kick also. So.
I still want to see Marcus get kicked, but
this dude tried to get me to do it for $50 to get kicked in the gut. I was like, no,
I'll do it with a mouthpiece on.
No, you won't. I've heard people. I'm not saying that I'm the strongest, but I'm accurate, and because of the food, the chambering of the foot, and because I'm doing it accurately, the power's generated in one little area, and so it's not like I'm just willy nilly trying to punch you or knock you out.
Yes,
it's a generated hit, and so I've broken ribs, and my nose alone has been broken 3 or 4 times, and it's a serious thing, But once they learn karate, they end up never ever having to use it. Usually.
Do you teach like I guess avoiding fighting too?
Oh, for sure.
Talking down a situation.
So all of our karate, when I teach you karate, I'm teaching you the confidence, so that becomes you less of a target anyway, so less likely to be attacked. And then if you are attacked, you're less likely to give a crap, because who cares? That person that attacked you or yelled at you or wanted to fight you, there's something wrong with them. X, Y, or Z, there's something wrong with them. So I'm not going to feed into your ego and fight with you. My main goal is to escape. And then even if you grabbed me, my goal is still to escape. And so I have escape techniques that I teach the kids very first. I have escape techniques that I teach everybody that I meet. And so that way make sure that kids can get away if they're grabbed. And then it can move up to control techniques. So about intermediate, they do control techniques. For instance, maybe if I let this guy go, he's going to hurt a child. So I need that control technique, and I need to know how to control them and how to handle them. And then the last thing is to destroy. So we escape, control, then destroy. And before any of that is defusing the situation, and can't do any of that without being calm. So
you think calmness has to do with like everything karate?
Yeah, so we're putting stuff, the average parent's not going to talk to their child about rape or about sodomy. The average parent of a boy is not going to talk to them about the possibility of them being raped, but it is a possibility. So we open up conversations that parents wouldn't have and maybe you never even thought about. We tell sheltered kids about stuff that could possibly happen when they get out, when they go to college and stuff like that. And so I feel like just being knowledgeable about anything makes you more prepared for it. So, it helps your mind. It helps your well-being, knowing that you can take care of yourself in any situation. And like I said, the extra stuff, the friends you get with it and the knowledge and man, a little girl will come in and say, I'm weak. I don't do this. I dance, And then they see how strong they are when they fight and they're beating up boys and they see their confidence, and it just helps every aspect, Now they're able to, have the courage to do things they may not have done before. Were told they couldn't because they were girls. And now they're like, well, yeah, but I've done this. You know what I mean? Like,
it probably helps seeing you too, like just having a female figure.
Right. I have more female students than I have boy students at the moment. I'm really proud of that.
That's awesome.
That's great.
Because when I went to karate, like I said, nobody had girl divisions, and I would have to fight boys, and I really, really enjoyed karate, and I was in my element, and I would try to tell the other girls, and they're like, you're crazy, I'm like, no, you've got to try it. There's just something, it's an euphoria, you know what I mean? Understanding your power, and you understand your weaknesses too. I know every one of my weaknesses, and if you ask me right now, I'd tell you exactly how to take me down. I mean, but analyzing that, is good for a person, knowing what they can and cannot do,
Yeah.
and pushing it, trying to do more. Yeah.
Exactly. I wanted to ask you, like, you've been in this for 30 years and bullying always been going on,
Sorry about that.
So
I knew he was gonna say it.
I was peer pressured into
So is the modern day bullying at a higher degree than the bullying was?
Right. Okay. So I feel like it's way different. I don't know if it's worse or easier. I mean, or lighter, but it's a different kind of bullying. It's definitely a different kind of bullying. Cyber and social media has really enhanced mental health awareness, and kids take all that stuff to heart. And now we have algorithms that are pushing it too. And so I think kids have always had it tough. It's just whenever I was younger, I had beef with you, we could fight it out and we'd still be friends afterwards probably. And nobody's going to pull a gun and, we're like, you remember that one time we did the, yeah, I got you. I mean, I fought boys when I was little, I'd have a problem like, what'd you call me? Well, you didn't call me that, and we'd fight and it was okay. And we didn't have to worry about people pulling guns. And I think just because everybody's a little bit on edge, the world is nuts and the social media is nuts and it's making our kids a little nuts. And so take everything to the heart and we think we have to push everything to the max. And, we just need to all sit back and calm down and take a little karate.
Yeah, I noticed like your mentorship has to do with a lot of confidence building, and then they wing off and get their own black belts in whatever thing they endeavor in after that.
For sure. Like that's what I was trying to tell you guys. Not everybody's going to become an instructor. Not everybody's going to have their own school. If they want to do that, I will definitely make that happen. In years past, karate, the reason it's not wide all over the world is because it was a secret and they didn't want you to pass on their secret. Well, why is it a secret? If it's such a great system, and it is, and it's so beneficial in so many areas, I want everybody to know it. I want to scream it from the rooftops and I want you to share it. But maybe that's not for you, but maybe you found your calling because you had the confidence through karate. Because I pushed you to do a demonstration in front of 50 people and embarrass yourself for a second. You know what I mean?
And I feel like it has to do with a lot about a secret because you guys have them look at their inner self and find that strength and overcome.
Right. And everybody has their different strengths too, and that's what we're analyzing. We're gonna find your strength either way. And even black belt tests show that. So my black belt test, I really like sparring and I really like fighting. And so that was my highlight of my black belt test. Okay. But I have students that aren't, I have one that has health issues and sparring will not be the big part of his test. But he is a really good instructor and he's a really good mentor, and that'll be a big part of his test. And so every test is different. Every black belt represents something different. Okay. Everybody that holds one. Yeah.
That's cool that like anyone could get a black belt. So
I mean, there's like a stigma like giving kids black belts. Well, first of all, I don't have any kids black belts. Mm-hmm. All my kid black belts have been in it for 5 or 6 years before they get it, and so they're 14 or 13. And every one of those kids that took that test, they passed the adult test. So if you're 11 or 12 like I was and you can pass an adult test just like the man beside you, you deserve that black belt and you may wear that black belt. Yes. And so and it's a rigorous test. Mine was 8 hours and you end up fighting and you pretty much get jumped in at the end. And it's not to beat the kid up, and it's not to be jumping on men. Mm-hmm. We're looking for the person who doesn't quit and finds a way to win and is going to pull something up out. I'm a rape survivor. You can give up and die and get raped, or you can
keep fighting,
put it in that second gear and say, nope, not going to happen to me. No. And everybody has that ability. They just don't know it, so you get into a certain spot, like I've even been jumped before, and it would have been easy just to curl up in a little ball and just get beat up, end up dead or, in the hospital. But there's something in there we're going to ignite in you and tell you, no, you have the power. All you got to do is just believe it and pull it out. And that's a whole lot of the black belt test. We're looking for the kid that understands there is no give up. There is no give up. You're going to beat me? No.
Do most people pass it on their first attempt?
No. In fact, it's probably like 50-50. 50-50. Yeah. I don't officially have a Sensei Candy karate black belt yet, and I've been doing this for 5 years. I have a couple kids that are really close. Mm-hmm. Between me and you and everybody on the podcast, there's a couple that I don't want to represent my dojo.
Yes.
Yet. Yeah. They haven't fulfilled their potential. They haven't gone that extra mile as much as they could. They haven't pushed themselves to become the people they can be. And so until they become that, I won't even offer the black belt to them.
Did you want to see that as potential as a person, more or less?
Yeah, so these people that I'm talking about right now, and they'll know who they are, they know the system, they know the curriculum. Do they understand the curriculum enough to be able to use it? I'm not sure. And do they understand that what we're doing here is way bigger than that? Okay. Or are they just wanting to put on that black belt? Or do they understand once they put on that black belt, it's their responsibility that if right now one of y'all were getting attacked, even him, I would have to protect him. That's my responsibility. So, and they don't understand that. They're not taking that to that level yet. So when they do, they can get it.
Listen up the cord a little bit on that mic. On the XLR.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's the XLR.
That's better.
Yeah. Unhook. Yeah, that's.
Are you good?
You were good?
Yeah, keep unhooking it. Just give it some slack. It's whenever he had.
It's my forehead. It's messing
No,
up.
as soon as he lifted the mic, it's
messing up
just,
the radio waves.
No, you're good. You're good.
I'm nervous over here.
So, like when it comes to like the other like fight styles, like you have Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or MMA. What are your thoughts on those compared to what you know? Right,
and all systems are going to say those are the best. Taekwondo's the best, kickboxing the best, MMA's the best, blah blah blah. Karate's not going to say they're the best. Karate is a little bit of everything. I go train kickboxing. I go train Kempo. I go train your boxing. I go train your... And it's not because I'm trying to prove that you're better or worse, because it's not. I don't think it's a better or worse thing. It's how did that person attack me? Did they attack me like a boxer would attack me? Well, then I need to learn my boxing skills. I need to learn how to defend and counter a boxer. And so I don't feel like any system. I love every system. And in fact, every martial art owner in Amarillo, I have made a point to be a friend with and a colleague with, because everything they do martial arts wise is a benefit to our community.
That's good.
They are, no matter what they're teaching, if they're teaching boxing or wrestling, it doesn't matter that they have a child that they have brought in and they have shared their knowledge with. And most of them have shared their knowledge with me too. And so I don't think any of them are better or worse than any of them. In fact, I think everybody should take time to learn everybody's system, especially if you're going to call yourself a black belt. You need to know exactly what's out there.
I like that.
Yeah.
Because,
and I like fighting different ways. Like, I don't like wrestling and I don't like grappling, but I know how, and I made sure my kids know how, and it's in our system, and we dabble in it. But if they turn out that they really like that wrestling stuff and that's really what they want to do, then we push that and we lay that on a little thick, and we make sure they get where they got to go. But
that's good.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah,
I like your openness to other martial arts.
For sure. Yeah. And that, like, it's coming from a closed-minded school. We had to sign non-disclosure agreements and non-competitionary contracts, and a couple of us in Amarillo had to go to court to get out of those contracts because they didn't want us to share. But do you tell a doctor after he leaves college, don't share that knowledge, don't use what you just learned?
It's engraved with them forever.
Yeah. And you call yourself a school. So you taught me, and now I'm going to use my knowledge for whatever the intention I had when I took your school. So, I think it's important that we all get along and we all help each other. And I really love extreme martial arts. I know I can't say his name enough, Ty Garrett. If a kid can't afford a program, he shoots them to me, and we make sure they don't get turned away for any reason.
So I'm like, if I was a black belt, I'd definitely be arrogant. But you give me a sense of around the... I was supposed to say that. You give me a sense of humbleness.
Yeah, and that's what we're looking for. Those couple kids that I was talking about earlier, they're not there yet. They haven't realized that the biggest ego in the room is not the black belt. The black belt is the one making sure the room is running correctly.
Okay.
Period. And I call it changing the world one black belt at a time, because we're all supposed to be leaders, and we say lead by good example. And so instead of telling you should do this and you should do that, we're going to go out and we're going to do good, and you're going to see us do good in the community. You're going to see us helping others. You're going to see us protecting others. And then in turn, you'll be jealous and want to do it too, kind of deal,
Hello.
we tell the little kids, if you're a big brother and you go rob the candy store, your little sister's definitely going to think it's okay, and then she's going to steal some candy, and then y'all are all going to be in jail. But if you went and you bought her a candy bar, she would think that she needed to buy the candy bar, and that's how you lead by good example. So,
that kind of reminds me of the Jesus teaching the fish versus giving him.
Yeah, I mean that's exactly what it is. And we are we're part of the Gospel Martial Arts Union, so I don't cram Jesus down their throat, and I don't cram Scripture, but I think we should all help each other. I mean, this world is hard on everybody, even the people that look like they have everything. The rich kids, they have different problems. Everybody has problems. Yeah, different struggles, different boats, but we all need to help each other. We could all make each other a lot better if we did, All the hate is ridiculous. And I think that's the biggest part is people. I've had to have meetings because people are worried about reprimanding me in work because I'm a black belt, and they're afraid that I'll act out in anger or fight them, and they know that I can beat them up, kind of deal. But it's just the opposite. I'm calm, I'm humble, I know what I can do, I know what I'm capable of. I've had to fight a 9th degree black belt, and he beat me up. I know what I'm capable of. And just testing myself and knowing that that's the point. That's the point of karate, and it's like Jesus' teachings, whether they want to admit it or not. So,
yes. Yeah. So, do you guys get like a lot of students, and once you guys analyze them and you try to help them find a balance?
Mm-hmm. So, our belt rank system is kind of like its own filter. So when you first start, it's easy to get a white belt. It's kind of easy to get a gold belt. You're learning curriculum, yes. But will I put an orange belt on you? Not unless I know you're not intending to hurt people. And so, I think by the time they get there, if they've made it that far, they've achieved that, and all the kids that didn't belong there are already gone by then. You know what I mean? Because we have thousands of kids that join. And we don't want to turn anyway. But, every belt there's less and less. And there'll only be one that gets that black belt. And that's the whole point. So when you see high ranks in karate, just know that they have not only learned the curriculum, that they have proven themselves to be worthy of that belt that they're holding, which means a whole lot more than the curriculum.
Okay. We also wanted to ask you about the mental health going on today. Mm-hmm. With you being a mentor with these kids and everything, you done seen various characters, and I guess a lot of mental health you guys partake with too within that karate community.
Right.
So give us an example of times you guys had to, redirect someone that had mental issues or wanted to use their karate skills for aggression.
Sure. So not in my dojo. I haven't had any too bad situations, thank goodness. But we've turned away 5 kids total since I've been teaching. One of the first kids, he was learning karate and he was really into it, and he wanted to stay late and he wanted to learn all the extra stuff. And so he was actually learning higher curriculum than he was in the belt. He didn't care about the belt. He wanted to know the knowledge. And we were under the understanding that he was being bullied at school. And so, we felt for him. So he'd come to us and he'd say, well, what if they do this to me? And so we would pull him aside and we'd help him, give him some options and stuff. And we got a call from the school. I work with a lot of schools and a lot of teachers. And we got a call from the school and they're like, hey, I don't know what this kid's telling you, but he's the aggressor. Oh my God. And so we reprimanded him once or twice, and we told him, it's your last warning, that's all we're going to do. And then I showed up at his school one time when he got in a fight, and I personally handed him the papers and demoted him and took his rank away from him. And he didn't think it would affect him, but because I made a big deal about it and how serious it was and how he didn't represent our dojo, that I had to take it away from him. And I would love to tell you that it turned out the right direction, but it didn't. He ended up in jail. And just recently I saw that he's in and out of jail all the time. Oh, so there's kids that we can't reach. But there's a whole lot of ways we can reach them too, and it's not even just about that, mental health is so much more. We have a kid that's, she pulls out her hair because of anxiety, and she'll eat the hair, and she doesn't think that people know she does it, but we all know that she does it, and it's an anxiety issue, and it's been addressed from the school, and it's been addressed. And
so she's in the karate deal with you guys.
She's in our karate program.
Do you feel like it's being therapeutic to her?
Man, when she started, she had bald spots in her head, and she got picked on even in class, even in karate class. You get picked on in karate class, it's pretty bad. But so we felt for her. We stay at it. She's gotten to do camping trips with us, coat giveaways, all kinds of stuff. We've gotten her in the community. She has so much confidence, and her hair is growing out, and it's nice and curly. And she plays with her curls, and she'll be the first one to offer to help others. And I feel like that wasn't her before. Yes. And we just discovered that she's the helper. She wants to be the mom maid. And so since we found that position for her in life, and she's found her calling. And so, and we haven't even addressed the hair issue.
Yes.
We can see it's working. We haven't asked the parents. We can see.
That makes it all worthwhile.
It is. And that's the thing. I'm not looking for the best fighter. I'm not looking for your world champion. I want to help everybody in whatever way you need help with.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And so adults, even, we don't teach that many adults, but I have a couple adults, and they're not there to be world champions. You know what I mean?
So like, I mentored top of Texas football for years, and it was like 5 of us coaches. But the kids that had aggression, they'd be like, go over there see Coach Humphrey. Yeah. Because, I don't go to redirect them. Right. I first try to get into their atmosphere, because you don't know what's going on with these kids at home. You know what I'm saying?
Some of these stories would have all of you in tears.
Yeah. Sometimes kids just need to know you care about them.
Yeah, somebody's there.
Show patience, and it's just worth going to their level to see where they're coming from before you do any form of redirecting or trying to pass some type of judgment, because most of that stuff is very emotional once they give you their testimony. And while they're acting out like this, you be like,
and that's why we say equal force. We're saying so much more than that. We're becoming their equal. We have become your equal force. You know what I mean? So it's so much more than that. They just want somebody to understand them, not even to have the answers. In fact, most of the time they don't want to hear your answer. They don't care about your answer. You know what I mean? They just need somebody to be their equal and not look down on them. So that's what we try to do, and their peers do too. Now you have 20 people in class that are right there with you, right there for you. You know what I mean? No matter what, they're not going to point and laugh at you. They're going to be there for you, even when you get angry and make stupid mistakes. But,
I just feel like you guys setting up an atmosphere for these kids that's, they could be anywhere, but they're going to look forward to going to you guys' class and being around, that type of
for sure
aura and stuff.
And have you ever met an adult that says, man, I wish I wouldn't have took karate when I was a kid? No, they always tell you, I took karate as a kid. I know everybody that took karate as a kid, because adults will tell me, they're like, hey, I took karate as a kid. There's no way you're going to regret that. I mean, that's something that, I don't know, I think every kid should do, and you shouldn't knock it. It benefits everybody, no matter, the autistic kids and the kids with the attention deficit, like, oh, my kid can't do that. My kid can't sit still for 5 minutes. Man, they flourish in karate, because I want them to think about this, and this, and do this. You know what I mean? So these kids that are, have all this energy, all of a sudden they're shining. They're the best in the class,
The abnormal ones.
Yeah, I mean, we're not Island of the Misfit kids, but we are,
Exactly.
It's hard to just sit in the class all day.
Yeah, so focus, you get to come to karate, and I get to move my hands, feet, and nose at the same time, and I get to yell at you, You don't care if I fiddle around, You don't care if I try this? No,
exactly.
Go have fun. Yeah, do it. So
rock back and forth.
Yeah, rock back and forth. That's fun. I'm going to show you how to use that. Like wrestling, rocking back and forth. But yeah, I really like the stuff we do in our community too, because I think idle hands are the devil's playground. So, I grew up poor, and everybody around me was sat around, the adults drank and did drugs, and you stole stuff because you didn't have money, and, stealing cars and fiddling with your car because you didn't have nothing else to do. You don't have no hobby. You don't have anything else to do. But not only am I teaching you karate, you could be practicing your karate, but you know that there's food giveaways that need volunteers. You know that Meals on Wheels, Kids Inc., all this place could use your help also, So it gets them out in the community. It shows them that there's something more than just their little sorry little existence. And they see the future. They see possibilities, and they, get out there and do that. So the community stuff is just as important as the curriculum to me. But.
Yeah. Feeling a sense of accomplishment.
Yeah, and you get to see your work and how much you've done, like the car washes, they'll tell me, we washed 12 cars, 5 of them were trucks, they get out and they do stuff, did they make any money? No. And in fact, I was around the corner rewashing the cars, but never telling them, so, but true story, But they did it, and they understood, and they knew that was a possibility, that they can get out there and work for money. Now I don't have to steal this money. You're right. Oh, wait, yes. I can put together a fundraiser. We sell peanuts. We sell stuff, and we put together camping trips. And so they learn how to put together camping trips and learn survival skills and stuff like that. And not everybody gets a chance to do that at home. So, and a lot of them do. And so those ones that do are sharing that with the kids that don't too. That's the coolest part. The ones that are like, oh, you've never been fishing before? Let me show you this, and that kid that may have been fishing 500 times had no idea he would love to teach fishing. You know what I mean? So here we are making connections and learning how to kick people in the nose, So it's good times.
Take that.
And y'all keep talking about mental health, but I don't know if y'all have ever sparred before, but it's really good for your health to know that me and you can spar back and forth, and we're not intending on hurting each other. And here we are. Oh, that was a good one. Let me try this. Oh, let me try that. That was good. It's so good for your mental health. It's hard to think about your problems, your electricity bill, whatever. You just go blank and you have fun with a friend. And no matter what age you are, even as an adult, any curriculum, kickboxing or boxing, when they get in that ring, that's all they can think about. Because if you think about anything else, you're gonna get beat up, So it's great for mental health for that reason too. The fighting part.
Concentrate on yourself.
Yeah, I mean, even if not concentrate, you're gonna get hit, but it'll be great.
Yeah, it's
nice. Fun. Yeah. Even when you're like, oh, that was really good. It's a good shot. It's crazy, and it creates friendships, kicking somebody and realizing, man, I didn't know you kicked that hard. Good job.
Yeah. Earlier, Carlos was wondering, the tournaments coming up. You guys have any?
Yeah.
Tournaments?
So, because some of my kids aren't there to be the world champions, they still want to do the tournaments. They still want to win their first and second places, and so we hold 2 tournaments of our own every year. They're in-school tournaments, and we invite sister schools, some Taekwondo friends and some of our other karate friends, and some may show up, but it's basically our students and our curriculum, so it's a safe place for them to all compete and not have to worry about the leg sweeper or the kid who's going to hit him too hard because he likes kickboxing, and stuff like that. So, and then the lower ranks, they win no matter what. They win first, second, or third. So I don't tell them that, but they do. And so their confidence just goes through the roof. I went to a tournament, I won 3rd place. Never mind that, So actually the lowest you could have gone, but and then the higher ranks, they actually have to work for it, and so they see that, and they see that there's 10 people in my division, you know what I mean? So now I'm having to really work for it, and it's good for the parents to see that I'm actually doing my job and that I'm doing something. There's probably some parents out there who think I don't because I play a lot, but I like to have fun in class, and I don't think it should all be stiff, so I make jokes and I make fun of certain kids. And
I think of karate, I think of discipline and stiffness.
Stiffness and yelling at kids. And we used to have to say, sir, no, sir. And, give me 20 push-ups, sir.
This is what TV shows me.
Yeah, and that's what pushed everybody away. Yeah. And that's what, we thought we needed discipline when we were younger. We thought we had to beat children into submission. And the kids these days aren't going to do it. They're going to call CPS on you. You're going to be in jail. Period. It's not. Now they know their rights, darn it. So things are different now. And now I think people should, if they don't already, treat a child 7 or 8 years old just like you teach a would treat an adult. They're human beings. There's human beings that have less IQ than a 12-year-old child, and you still treat them with respect and honor. And sorry, Drake. And I'm just kidding. But, so you
Shout at the doctor.
so like most adults, they talk down to children, and then they wonder why they have problems with their kids. Are you kidding me? I mean, you talk down to me, I'm going to give you some problems too.
Yeah,
So I mean.
For me, growing up as a short wing, my mom was always positive, and speaking victory to me and stuff,
you got lucky.
and she did. That's why she never had no problems out of me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it could go either way.
Sometimes she'd be false advertisement. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we got to be your biggest cheerleader.
Got the curls for the girls. I go to school with my curls. They say, "Hey, man, curl activator running down your face."
Yeah.
But she always built me up, even under false pretense. Yeah. So that kind of like gave me, I'm like, Superwoman, I gotta impress her. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. She builds me up. But just the opposite, if a parent treats a kid bad, the kid like, hey, I don't have no expectations. This person haven't, you built me up or see me anything of value in my future. So, there's a pitfall. I'm going to take it. There's another one. I'm going to take it.
If you tell a kid he's a bad kid, he will be a bad kid. If you tell a kid he's a smart kid, he's going to end up being a smart kid. And I think that the quicker adults learn that, the better the world would be. And treat them equal and treat them. Man, I have a son that's he's intelligent. He was been smart. He started talking when he was 9 months old, and he was using the restroom when he was 11 months old. And I really feel like it's because I had conversations with him, and I'm not telling him I'd tell him my problems, but I would treat him like a human being. And I treat all of my students like human beings, and I tell them their worth. And I think that if we would cultivate that with more, we would have less mental health problems. And we've got a great divide right now. We've got social media has divided. I was about to use a bad name. Use the older generations that are used to, beat the children into submission types, and it should be this way. And now we have this new wave of, I think everybody belongs and everybody has a position, and they want their voice being heard. And so it's dividing the country, and that's the reason we have the problems we have. So just if we would all treat each other equal, I don't have to like you. There's a bunch of people I don't like. There's a lot of people I hate.
But you can respect them.
Yeah, but you still respect them, and you still treat them with respect. And I think that's the biggest thing. And that's what I try to push with karate. And that's why I want to make connections with other dojos and other fighters. And I'm their biggest cheerleader. Every school, I hope they're so super successful. It's ridiculous. I hope they have money falling out their pockets.
I think that your energy, it really markets the kids' self-esteem. Yeah. And they I want that certain type of energy right there. Yeah. And they just feed off your energy, and from there, I can tell you're a natural energy builder.
I am your cheerleader. I want you to know how awesome you are.
and self-esteem for a kid is cornerstone and what's going to make them in society.
And if you have anything to do with any kid, you'll see it. You'll see it once they get that. The sky's the limit. These kids will do amazing things, things that we couldn't even. And the thing about it is all you care is about the kids. Well, no, I'm doing this for our future, guys. These kids are going to be our adults. These kids are going to be our president. These kids are going to be our governors and we really, really, it's our responsibility. You don't like the way today is, it's your responsibility to do something about it. Yes. And the only way you can do that is to help the kids. The parents and adults are already set in their ways. There's not much I can do about the karate parents most of the time, but it's my responsibility to put it in there for the kids and give them the way.
Yeah. I tell you, this interview with you feel like we've interviewed several people, from the community, because you guys are all over the place. You know what I'm saying?
We try to be.
Remind me of the apple orchard back home. They give away apples and stuff. You guys just driving around in a big old truck with a big hatchback. Get on in. Yeah, we got a problem. Get on in. Yeah, and just and
we have a bunch of partners in Amarillo that are the same way. The Vessel. North Side community, the Barrio neighborhood, San Anderson on Neighborhood Planning Committee, CareNet Pregnancy Center, churches around town. We're creating behind the scenes without telling everybody a force to make a change. And we don't care about your politics, and I don't care about who you like and who you don't like. I care less. Yes. Are you making a positive impact? Are you treating people equal? Are you treating people with respect? Love it. Let's do more of it.
We all got to play our part.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say, like, as an educator, it's interesting to run into kids older that you've taught.
And now I'm seeing that.
Are you running into? Yeah. I mean, being involved with karate for someone.
Right. I'm just now where a girl came running up to me and she gave me a big old hug, and she looks like she's like 23, 24, and I'm like, I don't know you, And she's like, guess what? I'm pregnant and I'm gonna have a baby, and I'm so excited. I was like, oh, that's great. I didn't know who she was, and she was one of my first students when I started teaching full time. And this girl used to sit meek and wouldn't talk to nobody, would fiddle with her stuff, and now she's running up to me in the store, she has all this confidence, and she's just gorgeous. She has all this makeup, and she's just bubbly, and, it makes me feel good. Is she successful? The smile on her face is success enough for me. And that's what I'm excited about, so I'm finally getting to see. I sent one kid off to the Marines the other day, a couple months ago, and I was a little tough, known since he was 6 years old, but it's really cool, so getting to see them fulfill and coming back and be like, hey, I know you, it's really weird, but it's really cool. It makes me feel old, but I appreciate it too, knowing that you made some kind of dent, even if it was a bad dent. I made a dent,
And they never forget you. Like, I forget my students. Well, not their name or their
I'm names, horrible with names, but I'll remember their faces forever. And like that girl, last time I'd seen her, she was probably about 9 years old. And once she told me she was, Yvette, hi Yvette, I was like, yeah, that's my Yvette, so it's really cool. And I like that they, every child is like a sponge, and good memories or bad memories are going to form them. And, and whether you want it to or not, whatever. So I feel like me being a part of that is really special to me, more than teaching them the karate. They may not ever use it. If they do, I want them to hear me in their head say, no, you got this. No, get up. No, they ain't gonna do that to you. Let's go, So I want to be that voice in their head if they ever need me, but I hope they never hear it either. So it's really cool.
I've had so many coaches like from middle school, and they put that imprint on you forever.
Yeah, once you've had a good coach, you know what we're talking about. And I'm not saying I'm a good coach to everybody, because I feel like I've come up short on a couple of them too, and that's just going to be that way. And you can try harder next time or learn from your mistakes, but I really feel like any impact is a good impact. So
true story. Yeah. So what's the chances of me getting another lesson when this is over?
So in Amarillo, I only teach kids. Because we have the outreach program with Second Baptist Church, and so we're taking referrals. If you're a mandatory reporter and you call and you tell me, you're like, hey, I'm not going to give you any information, but I got this kid that really needs karate, and I'm going to be like, okay, bring him in. No questions asked, done. And they get everything they need and everything taken care of. We'll have fundraisers. We have an online garage sale right now. Really? We are paying for 13 kids I know I'm putting on the tournament. The tournament comes out of my pocket, but I'm still a business. This is my still full-time business. Right. So I have to pay for those trophies, and I have to pay for those things. So we are supporting 13 kids in our tournament on February 7th, and we're making sure they have their uniforms, their gear, their sparring equipment, everything they need for it. And that's just what we're going to do. We're not going to turn them away. And I don't even remember where I was going with that, but yeah.
I'm going to say you're building champions.
Yeah, no
kidding.
Man.
Mm-hmm. It's really fun to see them win, and like I said, could they stand toe to toe with the world champion kickboxer? Probably not, but they could probably 90% defend themselves against any attacker, because we delve on every kind of sport. So, if they get that attacker that wants to take their knees out, they know how to defend themselves, So we hope we're creating all-around people. But yes. I teach in Dumas, Dalhart, and Amarillo. and it's mainly children. I do have a couple adults in Dumas and Dalhart, and they help me teach the class. So instead of just taking the class, they're learning alongside the children. I do women's self-defense seminars. I'll do them for free, even for churches. I've done them for Hope Ministries and some family support services, and some for battered women. There's some basics. I'm not trying to give them false hope that they could fight off any fighter. I'm trying to give them a little bit of hope to survive. And so we do those seminars regularly, at least 2 a year. And I'm willing to teach at any seminar, like for a child or for anybody that needs it, as long as it helps somebody. I'm willing to do anything for any kid and not turn anybody away, and make sure everybody has a place, even if it's not with me. You could ask me, because I am in martial arts, you could ask me who you think you should go to, and I'll get you in the right place, So I feel like we're all around, we're a martial arts center. We're not just a dojo, we're a whole center, and we're going to take care of everything and anything. So,
okay.
Yeah. But as far as adults, we're not teaching any right now. I had a bad experience a couple months ago. So, yeah. Well, let's just say I only look old and fat. I'm not as old as fat as I look, and he took it for advantage, and so we just decided to stop the adult classes for now.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, if you're an adult and you want to get in martial arts, we know a bunch of great places we can get you.
Yeah.
So
that was enough said.
Yeah.
I was going to say, is there like a recommended age to start karate?
Yeah. So I have a little dragon program, and that's 3 to 5 year olds. But I'm not teaching the 3 to 5 year olds how to do karate. I'm teaching them focus and control and eye-hand coordination and reaction timing and social skills and how to stay still for 2 minutes and stuff like that. And then 5 years old, or usually about 6 years old, they can finally understand basic commands. And by basic commands, I mean stay here, move here, pick up your leg, set down your leg. And if they can do that, they can do karate. And I've had people without arms, without legs, and wheelchairs, blind. I had deaf people. Anybody can do karate. I'm going to teach you according to you.
Yeah, it sounds like from the beginning, your angle is to strive for them to have poise.
Yeah, I mean, I have a curriculum and I have a book and I'm teaching this curriculum, but I'm using the curriculum to reach you. That's what I'm doing. I'm using the curriculum to reach you. And they're like, why do you care about their mental health? Or why do you care? Like I said, we're creating the future.
Yeah.
And so I'm molding them, and I'm not pushing them in any way, but I'm trying to see what good parts we can use and blow up on. So, yeah.
I was going to ask, is there a favorite move that you like to teach?
I have
referring to that move she did on me earlier.
I have a favorite. I have a go-to if I'm attacked, and I'll have a big burly parent, like, what about this, whatever. And so I have one move that I teach everybody, and it's not the ones I did on you. But if somebody's coming towards you, I do an inseam kick to the inside of anybody's knee, and it stops them long enough that I can get away. And so I teach, and it works 100% of the time. And so that's my go-to self-defense technique. And then for the kids, I go to the grocery stores or I go to the park. I embarrass the heck out of my daughter because I'm like, hey, you want to learn a karate move? So I teach karate moves all over Amarillo, but I'm teaching them wrist escapes. And it's because when somebody grabs you with their wrist, they're expecting you to pull away. And I want you to understand that you don't have to pull away and you can get away no matter what. And so a kid is going to be grabbed before anything. A kid's not going to be hit. A kid's not going to be tripped. A kid's not going to be, pushed. A kid is going to be grabbed. And so if we can get every kid to understand what to do when they're grabbed, I have done my part. So
that's awesome.
I just embarrassed my child. Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. I have 5 kids. They all did karate a little bit. My daughter stayed the longest. She ended up being a black belt. And she can handle her own with any anybody that steps toe to her. But she didn't get the confidence like I have. Like I have all. You need to show them. And she's like, no, if they come at me, I'll show them. But
do y'all guys ever just mess around, you and your daughter?
No, but not me and my daughter. It'll get too serious. Girls black out. I'd rather fight 5 guys than 1 girl.
Oh wow.
Girls hit a blackout point where they will lift this off of the thing and they will murder you with it if they have to. It's a mama bear strength survival mode thing, and until you've dealt with it face to face, you don't have a real respect for it. Then
you think guys have more of a limit?
Guys think they're stronger than they are.
Oh, okay.
Every one of them. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, every one of them. Y'all think you're stronger than you are, but that's part of the male species, and so we'll use that against you.
Oh, okay.
So it's
more,
good stuff.
More bronze.
Yeah, more.
Brains and
What? I didn't say it. He said it. I
went
didn't say
into
it.
sparring with confidence. I don't know.
Confidence is key. Sometimes
Confidence is key, and but the boys that join, they have all the confidence in the world, and they get humbled real quick.
Yeah,
and then,
which is good.
Yeah, I mean they need it. That's what they needed. But the girls, they're like, I can't do that. I'm weak. I can't do that. And then they unleash, and you're like, whoa! Don't kill them. You know.
Yeah.
They need to go home to mom too. You know. And so they unleash. And so every fight that I've been in with a girl has been way more intense. Like once I see that thing click off in her head, like I stay pretty calm the whole time, but I've been known to click too. Like there's a whole click, and once they've hit that, you're in trouble. So every woman, no matter who they are, they have that in them. They just don't realize it until they're put in that position. And once you see that, it's like looking in the face of. Yeah. It's scary. Yeah. And but I unleash that in them, and I hope they understand that as a child, so when they get older they'll know that they have that. I'm not gonna be in a domestic violence situation because I'm not gonna let it happen, even the talking down to me part. You know what I mean? Because I know my worth. So, it doesn't even get to that far. So
When I worked at Boys Ranch, we talked about regulation a lot. Is karate more just about being able to regulate?
You understand that then. They have legitimate problems. They have real anger. They need to get that anger out. They have to get it out. If they don't get it out, it's going to be way worse. We're talking about breakdown, suicide, way worse. They let you hit something, the euphoria, the letting it out, and it happens without them even realizing it. They came in with problems, and by the end of class, they're all giggling and they love, life, and they're, and it happens without you realizing it. And it's because you cannot think about your problems. You have to think about that fist coming to your face,
Do y'all guys do sparring?
Oh, yeah.
Y'all do a lot.
So there's a martial arts place in Amarillo that doesn't do any sparring or tournaments. And our tournaments are a little bit different. I don't want you, if I'm fighting him and I draw blood, I automatically lose. He wins. So there's no, we're supposed to be pulling punches and clean strikes. And so it's a little bit different, that way, but we're not allowed to cause anything. We're supposed to be able to do the bare minimum to win. So
that's my buddies in jiu-jitsu, and they have a certain level for sparring, and then you got a whole nother level for a tournament.
Right. Yeah. So our white, gold, and orange belts don't spar. At orange belt, I start seeing if you're okay to spar. At orange, green, and purple, you've put on the gear and you're kind of throwing aimlessly, and then by your time you're an advanced belt, you should be more intent with it. You don't want to waste the energy of throwing a punch that doesn't connect. You don't want to waste the energy of a ridiculous kick that's not going to do any good. You want to make sure. That's why he said I've broken ribs because I know where to aim for the ribs. You know what I mean? So
you almost got me getting hurt for no reason.
Yeah.
You better be paying for my medical bill.
I just wanted to see it.
You better be paying my medical bill for that.
I was gonna say, I'd probably kick your leg, but that's all. I wouldn't kick you in the chest.
Oh my!
Yeah. Dead leg. Yeah.
I could, but I don't know. Give me 100, I'll make a deal.
That's funny. But yeah. So we can hurt people, but it's our responsibility to just do the bare minimum so we don't hurt them. So.
Do you see kids that once they get hit for the first time, like sparring, it's just not for them and stuff?
Yeah, every student hits.
Like once they. I know that's a big thing in wrestling. Like
they're all into it, and then they get into it, and they're like, "Whoa," you know what I mean? So there's a lot of kids that I've been like, "Oh, once we get into sparring, you're gonna love it," you know. And then they get into it, and they're like, "No, I don't want to get hit." You never know until they actually do it, you know. So everybody doesn't know their own fears until it happens. So. There are some.
Are there any kids right now that you're looking forward to tournaments and stuff? Like you can see them.
I have like I said, we have a tournament coming up here in Amarillo. It's Second Baptist Church. It's on February 7th. And all of our high ranks are ready. All of our red belts are ready to test for their black belt. Wow. So there's probably about 10 in the division, and half of them are capable of testing for a black belt. So we'll put them all in a division and we'll let them fight it out and see who gets it. No, I'm just kidding.
That's a way.
But you know, the higher rank, this tournament, I have 35 students entered, which is the biggest number I've had as far as, you know, my students. And there will be at least 10 students in that red belt division. And so now we'll get to see who has the heart and who has what it takes.
Is it red and then brown and then black? Or?
No, so every system's different. I feel like I've already researched, and ours is unique to everybody in the world, apparently. But so red belt in our system is right before black belt, and it's to alert. You have to be a red belt for at least a year, and it's to alert everybody that you're in training for your black belt. So we're not taking it easy on you. We can pull you aside for example, you know, so I can do example to you, like what you did, and
not this evening.
And then we're a little bit tougher on you when we spar, and you know, our expectations are higher of you, and you know, whenever I'm doing something and I need assistance, it better be that red belt person, you know. So the brown belt's just before the red belt, and then the black belt. Yeah.
Do red belts train other students too?
So they're supposed to have teaching hours, and it's because you never really know anything until you can teach it. You can shake your head yes all you want. You might even be able to show me halfway, but until you can show that guy how to do it, you don't really know it. So we have them do teaching hours, and we're not like saying you have to have 50 hours, you know. We just have to know if that you're capable of teaching the system. So which is hard. It's hard to teach it too.
Oh yeah, I could do math, but I try teaching my kids math.
It's different, right? So and it all builds on itself. You have to teach them that basic before you can move on to that next. And so understanding that everybody learns different. Some of them learn through verbal, some of them learn through visual, some of them learn by doing. You know, so you have to, when I do teach something, I have to hit every one of those learning styles just to make sure I hit everybody in class. So it's actually harder to teach it, of course, than it is to do it. Yeah. Yeah.
I had to learn how to teach that.
That people take teachers for granted. It's so hard to teach and actually have them learn it. You know, I can sit up here and teach you whatever I want, but to actually have you learn it and comprehend it and retain it is totally different.
Every student's different. You have to adjust to.
And we learn every student. You know, I have assistant instructors, you know, work for me. And we have little meetings and we tell them, you know, this is what works for you. You're going to have to yell at this kid. You know, you're going to have to use your command voice. Or, you know, this kid does not want you touching them. Once you touch them, the class is over, you know. So we have little meetings about trying to help other students and teachers teach everybody and understand their differences. And they know we're talking about them anyway, so it helps. It helps class. Yeah.
Wow. We were reading, I guess, your backstory, and that was just so amazing. Like, as a community leader, you're amazing.
Well, I appreciate it. We do. We try to lead by good example. We need everybody out in the community and doing stuff. Yeah. And we don't do it. We do way more than what you see. Way more. Yeah, I'll just leave it there. Yeah. Yeah. If people knew how much we did, and not just me, everybody in the school and the parents, and we have a really good support in the community. We got, you know, Barry Vanover, the Kung Fu guy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I drive. Well, I don't know. I think I've driven by and seen. Yeah.
You want to drive through at Panda Express?
I'm not going to tell him you said that, but just in making connections, we would have never met otherwise, but he helps me community wise, and so it's just like that. I was going to skip over that because Barry will have you. No, just kidding. No, he's a really nice guy. But it's just like that, like making the connections. And so maybe I have a parent that needs something and I cannot help them. But I'll know somebody like Barry that can help them, and so I'll get them where they got to go. And so making those connections has really been cool for me, the community. All of them, even Dumas and Dalhart, they're pretty amazing. Yeah. When you need it or the community needs it, they pull together. Yeah. There's a bunch that don't. A bunch of buttheads, you know. Every place has that, but there's so many good people in all the communities.
Yes.
It's been amazing, yeah.
I think the good you put in the world, you'll get back two times.
Yeah.
Two times.
I mean, I'm poorer than I'll get out, y'all.
Yeah.
I have nothing to my name. Like, I have one pair of shoes. I finally got me a pair of shoes in wintertime.
I see you.
You see what I'm saying? I wear barefoot everywhere. Like, you know, so it takes a lot.
Your richness is found in these kids that you're
Man,
producing.
so much. I have the best job in the world, and I'm the richest person in Amarillo, and you can't even fight me on that. There's no way. No, I'm telling you, I know that. I know that.
I'm not gonna fight you at all.
And I know I do. I have the absolute best job in the world.
Yes.
For sure. Like,
Absolutely.
no competition.
It's
Yeah.
very fulfilling.
Yeah.
I know that feeling like I said, I had mentored kids for like 10, 12 years, and now they're all bigger than me. And they come running up to me. One guy picked me up and he said, "It's him, it's Coach Humphrey." I'm like, I was finna holler for security.
Yeah.
I was like, "Hey, who is you? You remember me, Coach Humphrey?" And it was one of those kids that the other coaches gave to me because, you know,
There's a
they
problem
were
kid.
abnormal.
Yeah,
you
problem
know?
kid. Yeah.
You always remember the hard ones.
Yeah.
Like,
I didn't even remember why they were problem
But,
kid. I remember.
I redirected those kids, and I see them now. They're champions and got their own black belts in these specific areas in life now. You know, but the other coaches was like, go over there, Coach Humphrey, and next time I'm gonna throw you off team or something. So they give all those kids to me. You know, so but I understand that feeling of richness. You know, coming back to you years later. And then I'm like, what are you guys doing? Well, I'm doing this and I'm doing that. I was like, man, I got some grand champions out here.
Yeah, it makes you feel successful. I mean, it really does. You're like, man, I did that, you know, even though you didn't, but you feel accomplished. Yeah. So, and we could all get that in Amarillo a little bit more, you know, do a little bit more and feel better about it. So, and you know, mental health, there's nothing better for mental health than helping somebody else.
Yes.
Period.
That's the best thing.
Yeah. I mean, you know, people that sit around and they talk about how miserable they are. Well, what'd you do for anybody today?
Hello.
Did you do anything?
Yeah.
As soon as you do something for somebody, then you can't sit around and say how horrible you feel. So, you know.
Yeah. Even a compliment.
That
some people just need a little compliment, you know?
I was going to say mine's the hair. I can tell when people got a haircut. And then this guy.
Yeah.
What am I supposed to say to that? I like your hair.
It's like, I kept on looking at it. I'm like, bro,
we should get like a close up of this.
Show off close up, but I
off.
Went to work today. You know, my boss was like,
"Did you have your hat on covering it?"
Yeah. My boss was like, "Here's your work hat," and I was like, "Thanks." And she was like, "Yeah, Brittany told me."
Yeah.
And she was showing us all pictures, and I was like, "Oh, that's cool." I'm working halfway through the day. Someone from the deli comes by that knows all of us, and he's like, "Let me see."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Yeah, man."
Did you do it yourself?
No, they did it.
I was like, "That's a perfect ring."
They did a great job.
I was like, "Oh,
they did a good job." But no, what happened was we were supposed to do a Monopoly night. It ended up just being like in Hammered. Like I brought. A buddy of mine got me some Jaeger, and then someone brought Guinness.
Man!
And just all sorts of drinks. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna have me just a good time. And someone's like, let's give you a fire cut. I'm like, pay up.
You know, it's a good time when your hair ends up like that the next day.
Why?
Just wait.
Why I can't get Ring of Fire out my head?
But so you know,
perfect ring.
They all pay up, and they're like, all right, we're doing this outside, and it's already like 8 or 9 at night, freezing cold. I'm like, fine. It took maybe 10 minutes, and I mean, like, it was 3 or 4 guys just like, oh, you missed a spot here. This isn't even. They were on it, and I was like, dude. And then after that, they're like, another $20 if you let us touch up your beard. Do tiger stripes.
Oh, no.
And I was like, okay. I was like, wow, we're already committed. So, I think it was 8:00 hits, and Brittany finally came over, and I'm wearing the hat that my buddy gave me, and I didn't tell her.
That's a perfect hat to go with that haircut.
Oh my gosh, this hat, I love it. I think of the song every time.
This is complimenting you on your perfect sphere.
Yeah, so I'm wearing it, and she finally gets and I'm like, oh hey babe, and I was like, how are you? And just jaw dropped, just like what? I was like, yeah man. I was like, it gets worse. So finally we go to do the tiger stripes, and I can't stop laughing because it's cracking me up.
What's a tiger stripe?
It's the way you just do lines.
Yeah, lines. That's all it is.
Well, I laughed too much because I was already feeling it, and they messed it up. So today at work, or no, I shaved it because it looked stupid. I had mutton chops.
Yeah.
Like they did mutton chops with the goatee, and I rocked it. I was killing it.
You rocked it at work?
No, God no, because I have the hat. It's smaller than that, so you could see like this and the back where the open piece is. Thank God you could see the hair, so it wasn't just like a weird buzz, but you see all his hair on the sides.
Today's podcast has the Ninja Turtle and the evil villain.
All right.
Yeah, so they were like, keep it for the podcast at least. And I was like, I got you. I'll do it.
Yeah.
And but when I get home today, I'm shaving the rest off.
That's funny.
You picked a bad time. It's gonna be cold.
Yeah.
Dude, I love the burn. I'm always burning up.
And the funniest thing is, it's actually on his. I think it's on our West Texas Bros Instagram post.
Yeah, I posed for it, man.
And then
we should have edged a little WTB.
They started on that one page, a foundation, to get them a toupee.
Oh.
It's like, yes, sir.
No, I was posing, man. I was hammered. I was like,
That's
he never looking like, what's up?
yeah.
That's a game.
That's a keeper.
Oh yeah.
And then he played the so fresh and so clean.
Yeah.
The Outcast.
It was a good time though. I love them. They cracked me up.
Hey.
Well, he posted that on accident. He didn't even know.
Yeah, like I said,
I was like,
in my mind,
I was shocked when I saw it. I thought I got to go beat somebody else.
No, I was talking to my buddies and they're like, keep for the podcast, don't tell them. Pull it off right as you start. And I was like, dude, it's going to be amazing. And then I'm over here, I'm trying to show some other buddies. And I sent them the Snapchat too, and
it's like perfect camouflage with your
Yeah.
You would never
I got three more jokes.
Okay.
You look like a hard thinker.
I
I got two more.
Okay. We'll keep them going. But yeah, no. They ended up like one of my buddies living crashed on his bed. Oh, thank God he did, because it's either the couch or the floor. I wasn't gonna do it. I wasn't gonna try and drive. No. So I woke up at like 4 or 5, and I'm going through everything, and then finally y'all started spawning back, and I was like, what did I do? What did I say? And I'm trying to figure it out. I'm like, I guess we'll see what happened.
What the heck? I asked him, like, did you lose a bet or something?
Everyone was like, did you lose a bet?
That's what I thought.
No, I just free will, $60.
Like,
They're like, that's ballsy.
Like,
I'm
man, I
like,
thought I knew this guy. I haven't saw this side of him yet.
Well, now we know he'll do stuff for money, though.
Yeah, I'm believing in that theory.
$60 is $60.
It is.
I'm beginning to believe that theory. The world is flat now. You know what I'm saying?
within reason.
Well, I think it suits you. I think it's your go-to
Today on the way here, I forgot about it. I'm used to it now, but I need to shave it.
So really,
Yeah, I can do it.
wait, I ain't done.
Okay.
Okay,
So
go ahead.
He's got one more thing.
Aggressive or calm with that haircut?
I feel calm.
You feel calm.
All I think is brother Christopher, and I'm like, yeah, man.
Like a monk.
Yeah, exactly.
He thought he was a monk.
Father time.
I just need the robes,
Father
man.
time.
Yeah.
Somebody
Prior.
foresaw their haircut before they gave it to you. They had
They
a
did.
premonition.
Dude.
Dang.
It was a good time though.
Show, man. It's done, man. I'm rolling down a hill, man.
All right, this is the West Texas Bros. Thank you for showing to the show. Thank you, Sensei Candy, for being on it.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Thank you
You're
for
awesome.
having me.
Yeah,
And
Yes.
check out February 7th, her karate tournament. I can't speak. I'm sorry. I'm so lost of words.
It's the hair. It's the hair.
Yes.
Yeah.
But anyway, please like and subscribe for more West Texas Bros content. We're out.
In the store and everywhere. So I'll start with that easily, okay? Grab my wrist and don't let go. Wait, don't let go. You got me good? You got me good? Good. What happened? Are you weak?
Try that again.
What happened?
That's embarrassing. Let's do
My
something else.
arms are stronger than your thumbs.
Damn.
I'm smarter than your thumbs. I'm not gonna fight your thumbs, grab me, by pulling. Well, that'd be fighting your whole body. That's ridiculous. Use my wrist. Grab me again. What about if I grab as hard as you want? What if I say, sir, I'm so sorry. I don't want no
You're coming
problem.
with me, lady.
I don't want no problem, sir. I don't want no problem. What happened to you? What happened to you?
No, I don't want no
You're
problem.
ridiculous. All right.
Oh my goodness.
Grab me again.
Don't record this. This is embarrassing.
Grab me again.
What did I say? Give me your money.
Sir, I don't have any money. I'm
Give
so
me your
sorry.
purse.
I don't have any money.
Life flashed before
Almost
his
saw
eyes.
that.
This is the Forrest Gump.
One last one, because I don't want to
Holy crap.
Actually, like, real quick, put your hands up like this. This is a domestic violence situation, isn't it? And if I pull my hands down and I go against your thumbs, well, now we're right back, right? So, instead of just pulling down against your thumbs, are you ready? I'm going to step forward, step forward, step forward. So, here's the deal. Here's the deal. Watch it slowly. I trapped you, right? I went above, and I finished. Why fight this man? Instead, go towards him. He doesn't want me, or maybe he does want me. He can have me. You understand? So, knowledge over power. Instead of fighting you, I'm going to go with it. You understand?
I'm coming
You
with the
want
bull run. I'm coming with the bull run.
Oh no!
Fireman's throw over and
Oh
through
my
the TV.
God. Not in front of my friends.
See you.
That's crazy.
We use the body, and we use the knowledge of the body, and the pressure points of the body to get you around where we want to get you.
Oh, damn.
Got my wallet.
We distracted you by parrying. We hit here with a hit. You went down. We used it. We went around and pulled you back. So
He's good.
That one's called police control, and police do it on people all the time. Sometimes they do it this way, but it's that same pressure point. And so we're analyzing how to fight you without having to be as strong.
Holy crap.
I did not expect that at
I
all.
threw my typo video away.
That's wild.